Fourscore and 7 years ago, you, Charlie Sheen, invented the vape pen and single-handedly ended slavery. I, Abraham Lincoln, President of the United States of America, grant you the highest honor in allowing you to become a in-person witness to the weekly Wavecast every week from henceforth forward.
So I think that kicks off episode 3, the future of everything.
Wait,
2,
what?
Attack of the Drones.
Wait, are we live? Are you freaking kidding me?
No, we're not live.
Of
course not.
I just did that in front of like 2 people.
Yeah, literally 2 too. That's the great part.
Oh, jeez. No, I'm embarrassed.
You should be.
Oh yeah. Sorry, guy.
I'm sorry. That was probably our most entertaining intro. Yeah. Although last week where I messed up everything, that was pretty funny. We try to rehearse and do good things, but it's whatever. So what are we talking about this week, Jonas? I can't remember.
So we were gonna talk about at the very end of the last episode. We said we were gonna do something and we're completely ignoring it. And no, I'm kidding. We're actually going to talk about kind of a continuation of last week. We were kind of talking about the future of technology, and we're talking about Google Glass and how that was a failure and how VR and AR is going to be the future of everything, and that kind of stuff. And we're going to kind of continue with that, and we're going to kind of go into why, or not why, but how business is going to continue in the future. Yeah. How in-person business rather than an online business like the weekly Wavecast.
So I think we should actually kick it off with this link I found here. This has just some statistics on it, something to look at other than me wearing a hat. Let me pull it up here. Here it is. Alright, 15 mind-blowing stats about online shopping. Whether this is 100% truthful or not, I'm not entirely sure, but it's at least interesting, and at least I think does give a pretty good idea. So number 1, online shopping retail sales are predicted to grow steadily to $370 billion in 2017, up from $231 billion in 2012. That's a lot of money. I mean, that's nothing to laugh at. And I mean,
that's like in 5 years. That's that's a lot. That's almost doubling.
And I mean, that's
money.
That's a pretty fair share. I mean, yeah. I mean, your in-store businesses probably throughout the whole world and whatnot probably crush those numbers, but that's still something very interesting to say the least, I would say. Especially because it's predicted to grow. Yeah, that's the important thing. If it was, and it's predicted to grow a good amount. If it was predicted to grow 10 billion, yeah, even though 10 billion is a lot of money, that's just like that wouldn't be anything special. But it's predicted to grow, $140 billion worth of retail sales.
Do you know what I can do with $10 billion as a company owner? I can wipe my butt with that money.
True. Anyways, let's get on. Number 2, consumers ages 25 to 34 lead the way in smartphone usage in-store, this is like, so if you're walking around in Walmart and you're looking at your phone, comparing prices, reading reviews, buying products, engaging with brands on social media while in the physical stores. That's not anything too surprising. I think obviously ages 25 to 34, that's still in your like millennial type range, and yeah, it's very interesting. Like, you almost expect it to be younger, but a lot of times, people younger than that aren't really out shopping for themselves. They're just with their parents or whatnot. So,
well, I'll tell you. Usually, what I do is I do my shopping. I might go online beforehand and see what I want to get, and then I'll go to the store and get it. Like I won't be comparing on the spot. Because I don't want to put myself, when you're in the store and you're buying things, you think like, oh my goodness, I've been here for so long. I like to sit at home, take my time, drink some tea. Actually, I don't really like tea all that much, but I drink a beverage, usually either water or Surge, and I will do my buying research, and then I will say, okay, well, usually I get it at the best store in the world, Kmart, because I'm always there anyway. But I always like to I don't like to be on my phone in the store. I like to, because you might run into somebody, or I just do your research beforehand. At least that's what I do.
Yeah, no, and that kind of almost leads way into this next point here. 72% of millennials research and shop their options online before going to a store in the mall, which basically means
I didn't even read that.
Someone, let's say, I'm in the market to buy a keyboard. That means I will sit at home and browse the options online, Amazon, or just like a store's website like bestbuy.com or kmart.com, sears.com, whatever the heck, and look at it online before I go in the store and buy it. And that's pretty interesting, like that people would almost do the browsing part of shopping online first, so that way when they go to the store they pretty much know what they want and they don't spend as much time walking around the store.
Yeah, see, I didn't even read step 3. If I would have, or number 3, if I would have like waited like 2 seconds, then I could have, whatever.
Let's see. There's a lot of these. A lot of these are interesting, but going through all of them would probably be a bit of a drag. So let's just go down to this one, number 8. I found this one kind of interesting. 2/3 of Americans 50 plus buy from e-retailers online, which means 2/3 of Americans age 50 or older have done and will probably do again online shopping, which is really interesting because you would expect those would be the people who would like not trust it at all, never want to do it, would never even think about it.
I completely disagree. Every grandmother watches QVC. That's where that statistic comes from.
That is true. You got me with that one. I didn't even think about that.
That has to be it. It has to be all the grandmas that watch QVC. My grandma, my mom, pretty much every person that I know that is over 50 shops at QVC, basically.
Huh. That's a good point. I guess that makes sense a little bit more now, but you still think... But that's still, whenever the oldest part of your generation... that's not what I meant at all. The oldest population of, your country has pretty much completely grown into this idea, you can already tell that it's something relevant, I guess, and that it is definitely something that is affecting people.
Yeah, you have to remember that those channels, those TV stations like QVC, HSN, all those home shopping TV networks have been around for longer than online shopping has. So those old ladies have been buying things. Of course back then they had to do it over the phone. But then, they were like, oh, there's an online service. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll just all use the online service because being on the phone sucks. So I honestly think that the older people would probably be the biggest for online shopping because of that.
Now, this is one I found interesting, too, and this kind of leads into the future here. Overall satisfaction with online shopping is high at 83%. However, it drops below 50% when shoppers are asked about, specifically and flexibility in choosing delivery dates, being able to choose a specified time of the day for delivery, rerouting packages, green shipping options, stuff like that. I think that's the interesting part here. This is probably the most interesting thing on this list to me because, one, that shows that online shopping, people very much enjoy it. I mean, a satisfaction rate of 83% is pretty darn good. I mean, when it comes to, especially when you're talking about retail, that's a pretty darn high number. But then when you ask them about the delivery options, it drops below 50%.
That's because, UPS and the U.S. Postal Service and whoever, FedEx and whoever else ships things. I think that because I noticed that on Amazon, when I got this get up here that I'm wearing, and I was like tracking the package, and it was like, hey, you can request to, either cancel or, change address or have it shipped somewhere else. You can do that while it's already on the way. And so I could imagine there are so many issues that could probably run into that because you're just moving a box. You're driving on a truck. You can't know exactly where it is every second of every day. And so what if somebody cancels it and it's already on the way? Say your mailman has it and you decide to cancel it before he gets to your doorstep. Well, I think you can't. I don't think you can blame I think that 50%, thing, because I think people are they have way high expectations. Consumers' expectations are sky high, and people who have those delivery jobs and things, they're not magicians.
No, and I think this brings up two things. One, even though people like the idea of buying things online and having it shipped to them, they still almost want that human interaction. You can't really, you could talk to a machine and say, yeah, I need it delivered at this day at this time and whatnot, but it's still just an automated process going through your shipping company, coming from your website and whatnot. What people are looking for is, the human essence of flexibility, something a machine does not offer. This is a weird route to go with this, I know, but there's something about, like, let's say you go into a store and you buy a very large package. Let's say you're buying like a whole dining set or something, and then you have like an SUV, let's say, and you want to take it home with you, so you try to fit it in your SUV and it doesn't fit. You've already paid for it. You can just leave it at the store. Usually they'll hold it overnight for you until you can come back with a bigger car and come back and get it. When you're talking about online, you don't get that like last minute flexibility kind of thing. You have to go through a process just to get something. And when you're ordering from online, let's say you're not going to be home on Tuesday, but the shipping says it's going to arrive Wednesday through Friday. That doesn't mean it can't show up on Tuesday and screw you over and you can't sign for it. You got to go get it at the post office or whatever, wait until the next day. It's just like people want that customer service that you don't really get with shipping things.
Mailmen are not customer service representatives.
No, there's nothing on the mailmen. It's more on the idea of shipping. Does shipping really...
Yeah.
Is shipping ideal a lot of the time? I don't think it is, considering, you have below 50% unsatisfaction rate with shipping specifically, but overall online shopping of 83%, because, let's face it, a lot of things ordered online, simple stuff, left in your mailbox, left at your doorstep, and people can just grab it when they get home. However, whenever you start to ask people more about their shipping experiences, you start to see the smaller issues, like whenever you need to sign for something and you're not there. A lot of people don't get home until, 5, 6, 7 o'clock? Usually by then, the mailman's long gone, went through your house, went back to the post office, whatever. So, what happens if you need to sign for it and you keep missing it every day, and post offices close as early as banks? You run into weird issues. Stores are open until 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 24/7. If you need to go get something, you can go get it usually.
See, that's why I like going to the store, because you can just go and get it. You don't have to wait for it.
Yeah. And two, I mean, I think that leads into the future of things, which obviously Amazon wants to go the drone route, because you can get it same day or one day or whatever. And
half an hour shipping.
Yeah, it's
via drone.
It can be with a drone. If you have a drone just picking up your package and delivering it to you, it can drop it off most likely whenever you need. And I would assume we haven't addressed green shipping here, but I assume drones are probably more green than a giant mail truck. So I guess that would, give some satisfaction to some people. But like, I think if online shopping is going to take over, which I don't know if it'll ever actually take over completely, but I think it's going to keep growing for at least a while. That's one of the things that needs to be addressed. The online ordering process might be perfect, but that doesn't mean the entire process of you ordering it to it arriving at your house is perfect.
Right.
I can't do this hat anymore. I kept it on for a while, but it's hard to try to keep your head upright while wearing that.
I didn't think you were gonna wear it to begin with.
I had it on. Anyway, that's it mentions I don't know if it's on this website, but I was reading about it, and a lot of people still, when it comes to returns, there is a very high rate in people who would prefer to deal with doing returns and exchanges and stuff in a store. Even if they are one of those people that prefers online ordering, they would still like to do that through a store. And I guess I could see why. You get, like, I'm not saying you don't deal with real people when you do it online, send your emails or do a phone call, but you lose that human interaction in a way. And even though you can throw out more mean words over the internet and maybe get your way, it's still very interesting that someone would rather go into a store to deal with it. I don't know if that's because that's how it's always been done and people are just still not adjusted, or is there something there with that, you think?
I don't know. Because I usually try to make sure when I buy something I don't need to return it.
Well, if you're ordering clothes online, I can't remember the website I found this on. It was one of the biggest things that people buy online. One of the biggest categories was clothing. You don't get to try it on before you buy it if you're buying online.
However, if you already have clothes and you wear them on a daily basis, you should know what size you wear.
Well, I mean, every manufacturer is different.
I know. I kind of sound like a jerk right now, but
no,
I'm just being silly.
No, but I find that's also interesting because too, with online like Amazon type ordering process is growing, so is the idea of ordering online and picking up in store from whatever retailer you do that from. Even things like ordering your food online from like Subway, Sheets, who else does it? Domino's does it, but that's like delivery. Anyway, we'll just go with Subway and Sheets for now. You can order online and you can go and pick it up. Eaton Park. Eaton Park's the third one that does it. You can, make your order online, just go pick it up, bring it home, and eat it at home. And even things like that are growing. However, I don't know, has this actually hurt the in-store retailers? Your Kmart's,
yes.
Your Walmart's, your Best Buys, your Home Depots, your Lowe's, your whatever else you go to. Giant bird. Giant eagle. Big bird.
The answer to that question is yes. That's without question.
Has it really though? Because if these stores offer online ordering and pickup in store, are they actually being hurt? They might appear to be hurting, but if people are still putting their money through to the store just in a different way, is that bad?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I know. I mean, like you hear about it on the news. You know, Macy's is having trouble. They're closing a bunch of stores. JCPenney is having some issues.
Sears.
You know, the big guys at Sears and Kmart are having troubles because you know. And we have a little bit more of a personal connection to that one, but you know, even Walmart. I mean, if you look, like if you do some Google searches, you'll even see that Walmart even has taken a hit from online orders and from like Amazon and, you know, other online retailers like eBay and whatever.
Well, we'll put Amazon at the main blame, I think, at this point. I mean, I can get eBay, but eBay's more of a auction thing. I guess it could affect retail, because some people do retail through it. Your smaller businesses. Some companies actually use eBay as their primary way of doing online ordering, which I found interesting. It's your back of the road, smaller companies kind of things, but still it's interesting. It's a weird concept, but I guess if it works. I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think, speaking from what I know of at Kmart, I feel like the online ordering and pickup in store has almost saved some stores in essence, because people do still like to go into the store, whether they're actually shopping there or whether they're picking up online orders. And if people go to pick up online orders, there's a good chance, like, if they're like, oh, I need to buy some socks, should I go to Walmart or Kmart, or should I just order them online? And they'll be like, well, I already have to go pick up my online order at Kmart, so I might as well just pick up socks while I'm there.
Yeah. If you can get people to go into the store, they'll buy more than what they just ordered, you know?
Yeah, it's a way to bring people in. And I think the companies who have invested into bettering their online systems and bettering their online orders and trying to make it more compatible have benefited in a way. Again, I don't have exact numbers, but just speaking from experience, I think they can benefit. Just me as a normal person, as someone who's shopping, I think it's a way to bring me back into the store. I'd rather order something, wait a few hours and go pick it up, than order online, wait 2 to 7 days for it to be shipped to my house.
Right.
But I mean, and there is advantages of complete online and shipping too. People who can't leave the house or have difficulties leaving the house, I'm sure this movement to online and ordering and shipping has been very beneficial to those people. I could see it being a great thing, and it's a very weird concept, because for us it's not weird because online buying and shopping has been around since basically since we were born. So, eBay started what year? But 90 something. 90 something. And then but some of these people who I think are benefiting the most are the people who haven't had this their whole lives, and this could still be a new concept from them, because I think the older generation has almost enjoyed it in a way as well, because some people think it's like the most amazing thing in the world. But like I said before, if you're elderly or disabled or have difficulties leaving the house or whatever, Amazon with Amazon Pantry and things like that, or like a Giant Eagle or Walmart, who will sometimes let you order produce and whatnot, and then you can just pick it up. I'm sure it's been just a breath of fresh air for people like that who don't have to spend all the time walking around or getting one of the handicap carts and wheeling around the store. I think it's a good thing in a way. I think if moving forward with retail, the drones, the automatic trucks, maybe, whatever, could make this even better. Because you could get same day, you could get flexible timing for those people who maybe work like 2 or 3 jobs and are, not able to go to the store from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. or 12 p.m. from 8 a.m. to midnight. And so that way they don't have to go to Walmart, like excluded to Walmart, who's like one of the only 24/7 grocery stores, technically. It could also be great for them. I don't know if drones will allow midnight shipping or not, but maybe. It could be great.
eBay was founded in 1995, by the way.
So before we were born.
Very true.
Very true. Wow, we're young.
We're very young.
This episode has been
not.
a lot more of a weird ramble today, but I think that's because this topic can be so two-sided. There's part of me that's like, I want the normal in-store experience to thrive and be great and to continue, but part of me is also like, wow, this online idea can really just be pure benefit if done right,
I like online. Don't get me wrong. I use online. I order online all the time. I got my outfit online. I got everything that's sitting on my desk, all my computer things I've ordered online.
Mostly.
But if I can go to the store and get something, I will get it in the store, no matter what. If I can find it in a store, I would rather buy it in a store than online.
Yeah, but let's say you were...
Unless they don't have it.
Let's say you were, 75 years old, have difficulties walking around.
I do.
Would you still prefer to go to the store? If you're fluent in a
Probably
computer
not.
enough to order online, would you still prefer to go to the store?
Probably not. You're right.
What about people who can't drive?
Right. Yeah. Online definitely has its...
It's like I said, it's a weird concept. Part of me wants the regular retail experience to be the number one still, but the other half's me like, why can't online be a thing? I don't see an issue.
I think it's a good supplement, and I'm just afraid because I'm afraid, one day you won't be able to go to a store to buy clothes, you won't be able to go to a shoe store and try shoes on. Everybody has to know what they have, or else they have to go through these return policies. And I think if everything moves to online, it's going to be bad. Like, when you're shopping for furniture or appliances, looking online is, I guess, not the same as in the store. Because, like, say you're in this store, say you need to buy a washer and dryer. You go to Sears, okay? And you go and you're looking at washers and dryers. There's a person there, and he can talk to you about the washer and dryer. He's like, okay, this is, I have this, or, I know someone that has this and it's great, and, whatever. And there's somebody who works there that has been, trained and can, knows about the product, not only like as like a personal day-to-day use, but like as, somebody who's selling it, rather than just looking at a description and a couple user reviews online.
Here's the thing, though. Let's play debate role here. I'll take the side of online, you take the side of in-store.
Okay.
When I go in store, the salesman will, try to lead me a certain direction, depending on what I want, to a lot of times to try to get me to do the more expensive option.
That's true.
Does that mean it's the better option, though? I mean, I talked about this last week with cell phones. Every time I go in the Verizon store, they're like, oh, you need this $850 Samsung phone. It'll last you 10 years, and it's the best phone in the market. I've never had an $850 phone last more than 2 years, and I think I take pretty good care of my phones. None of them have had any broken screens, dents, or anything like that. They just died.
However, how many times have you gone online and you're buying something, and then you put it in your cart, and then you go to checkout, and then it says on the side, well, what about this one?
That's true, but I still...
people that have bought this have also bought this and this and this, and
That's true, but it is not in your face about it. You can ignore it. Let's say I don't know. Let's say I'm looking for a new fancy computer monitor, and I know nothing about computer monitors.
You're just an idiot.
I'm just an idiot. I literally know nothing. I will have to take time to research, and I could look at reviews. We'll still say I'm fluent in computer, so I know about the YouTubes and whatnot. But so I can start researching some monitors, look at reviews on YouTube, look at reviews on Amazon, and then I can formulate, I don't need this feature, I do need this feature, and I can, teach myself. So that way I really know what I'm buying, and I really know where I should be spending, because me personally, I do know monitors. I know I don't need 4K on a 20-inch panel, so I'm not going to spend the extra $600 on 4K on a 20-inch panel. However, if I go in the store and I'm like, I need a computer monitor, I need it for photography work and graphic design, so it's gotta have some good colors, and I occasionally play some games, and then I don't mention budget at all, what's the salesperson gonna do? They're gonna be like, oh, you need this 4K 144 hertz 3D gaming monitor, it's only $1,200. I'd be like, well, why do I need that? And then they'll go give some excuse or whatnot, and there's a good chance I'll walk out of the store spending more than I actually needed to. It's good for the store, but is it really the best thing for me?
All right, you got me on that one. I'm not a good debater, so because you were talking, and then I had an idea of what I was gonna say, and then you just kept going, and I lost my train of thought. I'm really bad at it.
Is it the easiest thing to go from knowing nothing about monitors to going to knowing everything about monitors? But I'm going to speak from personal experience here. I knew nothing about computers 6 years ago, and then I was like, well, I want to be able to play games on my computer, and I had a $200 laptop at the time, so that was not happening on what I had. And I could have went to Best Buy and been like, I have this laptop and I want to play games, so I need something new to play games on. What do? I probably would have spent, how much on a gaming tower at Best Buy. Instead, I sat at home, spent free time researching computers, how to build computers, what's a good part, what's a bad part, what's this and that and that. And I spent a lot of time on it, but I spent $500 on a tower, and it probably did just as good as spending $1,200 at Best Buy would have done. And I built exactly what I needed and wanted at the time. I didn't fluctuate at all, and I was able to get it done. And now freaking spend way too much time on computers, and I've spent way too much money. But that's also something else. It became a hobby and a lifestyle, and now that is actually the career path I'm going down. I feel like if you just go to the store and ask someone about it, even though it could be better with some things, like I don't want to know everything in the world about dishwashers, but with certain things, it's almost like a missed opportunity in a way to just go and have someone tell you that this is the most expensive one, so it's the one you should buy. Did I win?
Okay. Go ahead and get on Photoshop and make yourself a great "You Win" banner right above your face. Because you beat me on this one.
The trick to winning debates is just to talk so much that your opponent forgets what they're thinking about.
Just call me old-fashioned, I guess.
No, I don't. I've been playing the online role, but believe me, I'm still neutral. I think there is an aspect. Like, I love working at Kmart, and I get to know the customers, and the customers get to come in and see all the people that they know working there, and we, all have a good time and conversations and everything. That's something you really miss online. You don't get to be social. But with millennials, that's, completely irrelevant half the time. So it's...
Let's say with
I don't know.
70% of millennials.
70%? You're just gonna just lay it out on all millennials out there.
I'm just gonna lay it out on all the millennials. 70%. That is cold hard fact that I just
now
pulled.
We're losing 70% of our viewers, Jonas. We're losing 7 viewers because of it.
I just pulled that factoid right out of my tuchus.
I don't know. I don't know how many really care. There's plenty of millennials that love to be social, I'm sure.
Like this one right here.
Yeah, that one.
I'm a social butterfly.
But using my own point against me, the pros and cons comes down to some people may find it better to go into the store for them. They want to be convinced into these different like they don't trust online in the same way that I don't trust a salesman in that debate,
Right.
They don't trust, their
Very
online reviews saying this thing's great because they don't trust the internet. Which is a very, very valuable point, I think. It's
like
also
how I mean, if you think about some of the smaller sellers, you'll see even on Amazon, the people who sell this stuff will write their own reviews. They'll make accounts just to write reviews that are good.
That's true.
And
that's where you run into that salesperson type experience online, because obviously the salesperson's going to talk you into spending as much money as possible. People writing their own reviews online are going to try to talk you into their product as well. So you're not totally exempt, but if you're fluent in computer, I feel like this is... I'm sure a lot of people watching this are like, of course I'm fluent in computer, you're stupid, but...
This is common knowledge.
Yeah, but, not everyone is, so I'm not going to say everyone is. But if you browse YouTube enough, you can find trustworthy reviewers and trustworthy blogs and, stuff like that. So it's not like the internet's totally fake either. And you can find plenty of salespeople who will tell you, yeah, no, you don't need to spend $900, you only need to spend $200. They'll be playing. I work at Kmart, and there's occasionally a time where I'll tell people it's way cheaper on Amazon. I hate doing it because it's lame, but usually it's the people who already say
the higher ups
expensive.
The higher ups just saw this, and you're getting fired right as we speak.
Oh no! It's usually, every once in a while somebody comes, throws down something, is like, give me a price check. I tell them the price, and they're like, wow, that's a lot cheaper on Amazon, and I'll just be like, yeah. Don't have much of a debate for it. It is. It's the same exact thing online. We can't price match, so if we could, I would. It's a big kicker. Price match guarantee. Not there. Sorry.
What about those? I feel bad for those those smaller stores, those mom and pop shops. That they just have no hope. There's no hope to I'll give you an example. In where I live in my town, you have no idea how many antique stores opened and closed within a month because they cannot survive. It just or not even just antique stores, but gift shops and things like that. There have been so many stores that have opened around here and have closed very quickly because they do not stand a chance.
I'll debate you a little bit more. You have a point, obviously. You're talking, factual stuff since you've seen it. However, I don't know if they're going to totally die, because a lot of people still want to support the local businesses, especially a lot of our... I feel like it's coming back in millennials. It kind of died for a while, but I feel like it's coming back because we're just in that shift where we're capitalist scum. I hate saying that. But
Yeah, I guess.
some
You're
people
right.
think that way, but we'll avoid that. But some people are more, they want to support the local businesses because they like the social aspect. They like, they want to put their money where they're happy. If they're happy with the local business, then that's where their money's going to go. I think a lot of our generation feels that way. Like, we're going to give money to what we want to support, not go to Walmart because why not? Like, it's the only, it's the easiest. I feel like a lot, like Kickstarter. How many things have succeeded on Kickstarter in the past? Like, how much has Kickstarter grown in the past how many years? You know, like, I feel like it's the hipster love. We all want, the new unique stuff, and we want to have these smaller businesses grow. And I think it's coming back, I think small businesses did hurt and suffer for a long time, but there also came this movement. I'm pretty sure even like Google supported it, where they're like, go support small businesses, and like there was that small business day or small business week that arose.
It's like there's like, it's like around Thanksgiving. It's like Thanksgiving, then Black Friday, and then there's Small Business Saturday is usually what they do.
Yeah. I think with a small business too, just like any other business, if you're not a good business, you're gonna close. Like, if you're doing something wrong, you're gonna close. If you're selling the exact same things as your next door neighbor but at double the price, people are gonna shop at your next door neighbor. It's the invisible hand.
Competition.
Getting kind of political now, but like it's true. Like, regardless of if you're a local business or not, there's still certain things you have to do to make sure you stay open. Location is probably still one of the biggest ones. I mean, if you're in the middle of like downtown in the bad part of town and you open a hipster ice cream shop, is that gonna work? Probably not. But if you're in the middle of like dead center of the city and you open a really unique sort of little shop that there's not anything else like it around, you'll probably boom with business. And you have to market yourself too. You can't just open it and be like, hey, come shop here.
That's all you have to do. Just open the door and people walk in.
I don't think it works like that anymore. People want to find their stuff through Facebook.
Yeah, and commercials and billboards and.
People don't even care for commercials. If it's on Now This or BuzzFeed, the place gets $10 million in their pockets. Easy. throwing some slight shade towards Now This and BuzzFeed.
Oh my god. That's funny, but it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's not saying it's a bad thing that they do this. It's probably still a good thing, BuzzFeed shares that this video of a amazing ice cream shop or the fidget spinner, but it's just kind of funny. I get those things on my Facebook all the time, and I'm always just like, oh my god, what the heck is this crap anymore? But at the same time, you still want to look at it and be like, oh man, that's cool. I want to give that place money, or give that Kickstarter money.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I hear you.
The fidget spinners, most popular thing in the world right now.
I don't know. I don't even know what it is.
You just spin it. Spin it. It's a spinner made for fidgeting, hence the name.
Fidget spinner?
I'm a fan of the fidget cubes. Has anyone ever seen the fidget cubes?
Oh yeah, those little things that you hold in your hand. It has like a little, has like buttons on it, and like there's like almost like a joystick kind of thing on the one side.
Hold on,
like
I'm gonna show some images.
I know what those are.
Here we go, BuzzFeed. Support the fidget cube. I think the fidget cube is much better.
I kind of wanted to get one of those when they first like started showing them off, but then I
Yes.
was like,
I think that would fit myself a lot better because it has a variety of things to fidget with, not just, you know, spinning. I think the cubes are much nicer. Another one. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna find this too. This is becoming infomercial time. This one. I'm gonna share this here. Web page. The Think Ink pen. It's a very interesting pen that has this little magnetic, like, bendable thing to it. I think the pen is bendable as well. Oh yeah, look at that. And it's also made for fidgeting, and you can, like, yeah, look at this GIF where you can, like, do all that fun stuff with it, but it's still like a pen, because I love to fidget with pens. And so you can kind of, like, attach the magnetic stuff to it and, like, spin it or do other stuff like that. Oh, and here's the lovely fidget spinner.
I just watched a video of it for the first time, and I don't know, it pleases me.
I like how our biggest fan said, "Let's donate all of our money to hammock hot tubs."
You know, that's a great idea.
Hammock hot
That
tubs.
and hammock hot tubs and coffin beds.
Coffin
That's it.
beds. I don't know about
Coffin
the coffin
beds.
beds. Is hammock hot tubs a thing? Like an actual product, or do you just like fill a hammock with water and like put a fire underneath it? Just boil it yourself.
Probably that.
I don't see any proof of hammock hot tubs being real.
Although it would be amazing. It doesn't sound like a bad idea at all.
Just a swing in like hammock style while you're hot tubbing it up.
I would love that. That would be amazing. And you could just like, you get your fidget spinner
You can
in there
fidget
while you're
spin in
swinging.
your hammock hot tub.
You could fidget spin in your hammock hot tub.
Yeah, there you go. This is just becoming like hipster central now, aren't we? You can just get a giant 75-inch curved 4K TV and just, you know, use your Chromecast to just cast BuzzFeed up there, and while you're fidget spinning in your hammock hot tub, and you're all set to go.
You could replace your car tires with LCD screens. You can take your glasses, you know, your glasses lenses, and replace them with LCD screens. You see this?
Oh,
Am I on video right now?
Yeah,
Okay,
Google
check this
Glass.
out.
Oh,
Boom.
dang.
You can put sunglasses in your prescriptions by just flipping. This is the greatest, like, $7 I ever spent in my life.
Yeah.
Even though I can't see the computer when I do that because it's too dark.
I'm really curious now. I want to go on BuzzFeed and see what the biggest thing of the future is. Since we're talking about the future, let's see what BuzzFeed has to say about the future.
BuzzFeed. Skip back past all the political articles.
Yeah, there's a lot of politics on here.
BuzzFeed. And then like the quiz is about, you know,
Yeah,
how
like
big is your,
quizzes.
what do you know?
Something about Mean Girls.
We can guess how big your head is by telling us what time you go to bed at night.
Stuff about avocados, because that's the ultimate hipster food. They don't have anything about the future here.
I think
A lot of 13 Reasons Why on here. Oh, here's a really important article. Ready? This just shifts their way of life. A man on a bus was spotted with a 30-gallon tub of Cinnabon frosting.
that's like something the Onion would put out.
Guess it's real. I mean, if it's.
I mean,
if
I'm not gonna get into the whole.
My boyfriend isn't my
thing.
soulmate. He's my carrot. You know, if you don't show anything with these BuzzFeed articles and you don't actually like read through them, you can get some funny stuff.
They always like end up being like heartfelt stories or political propaganda.
There's no. I must be on the wrong page because I'm not getting those. You know, those like hipster videos of with the white text, but the one word is sometimes a different color. Let's go to Now This. Now This and BuzzFeed are very similar.
I think now this has like a future page.
Dude. Oh, I don't want there to be sound. You might hear sound for a second. Copyright. Oh no. Oh, this is America's first cannabis college. Oh my.
Oh.
That's the future. Weed college.
Weed college.
This is a lot of politics. These robots are designed to find alien life. A lot of Trump. Oh well. I was hoping to get some.
You can never find anything good on it.
This pregnant woman awarded a trophy to a man who gave up his seat on the subway.
What?
I don't know.
You see this? You should all go out and buy Deer Park drinking water because I'm drinking it. And they paid me $4,000 to show you this bottle of water.
Infomercial. This episode has been a giant disaster. I'm just gonna...
It has been. You know,
but
actually,
this was probably our funniest episode so far, which is also really sad because
I failed at like 2 debates, and we started going on BuzzFeed, and that's just where it died. We talking about fidget spinners. And
yeah, we got to fidget spinners, and everything just went into this giant slew of horrible endings.
It started out strong, and then it was just...
I hate to end it with fidget spinners. Is there anything else?
I think we needed more than one link to cover an entire hour.
Hey, we had 2. We just didn't use the second one, okay?
Are we ever going to use the second one?
The second one has been here since week 1. Has been here since actually episode 0, which does not exist.
Are we ever going to use it, or are we just going to say see ya? Because I mean, we've kind of already come and gone past the topic without using that link.
We should have done it when we were talking about the local businesses, but it doesn't matter. This episode is
I guess audience, I guess this is something you'll never know and you'll never learn.
I feel like at least use the second one. What do you mean use? Oh, use the second link. You guys want to see it? We're already at an hour in. Like Jesus, we've kind of just turned this episode into a BuzzFeed article. Biggest failure in podcast history.
My shoulder thing's falling off. Are we gonna discuss it or no?
I don't know. I'm kind of looking at it now, and I like the mystery of just hiding it.
Let's hide it. Let's leave
hide
it. Let's let them never find out what it is.
Maybe we'll hide it somewhere that is accessible, and our viewers have to do work to get to it.
It's a secret. It's a secret you'll never find out.
Yeah. I don't know. We're at an hour in. We took the worst turn possible when it came to fidget spinners. It's kind of just
okay.
like
we have to go back on the Facebook page and ban another word or phrase, and it has to be fidget spinners.
Oh, the word melon is already banned.
You cannot say the word melon on our Facebook page. You can try, but it will hide your comment.
It will hide it. It won't tell you that it's hidden, but it will hide it.
It won't tell you. It will hide it. It will hide it from public view. You'll never see it.
At least we got a great photo out of this episode, which is also on the Facebook page.
You should throw that up on the stream right now just to like show them like what it is.
Yeah, I'll try my best. There's the amazing photo we got out of this stream.
Isn't that the greatest photo?
It's the greatest. This is gonna be our Facebook wall.
It's a little small for that.
We'll recreate it. Trust me.
Unless you want to just stretch it out.
Stretch. We could stretch it.
Just stretch it to be the right dimensions.
We could.
Try it, see what it.
I
You
don't
should try it
know-
and see what it looks like.
I don't know if Facebook will stretch it, so we'll have to just see.
No, don't make Facebook stretch it. Just put it in Photoshop. Load up.
All right. You want a live Photoshop tutorial?
Go ahead, give
let-
them a Photoshop tutorial.
Once Photoshop opens, I'll give them a Photoshop tutorial.
I love this outfit, by the way. We should give them a little hoot and holler about what we're doing next weekend.
All right, hold on. Here's
Should
the
be.
Facebook tutorial. You want to open your file, and you see I made the canvas here 800 by 200. Now this is a really difficult concept, so you have to put the image in here. You hit Control T for transform, and then you drag it on the side, and it is now stretched after you press enter.
That's golden. That
Happy birthday.
I now am a graphic design master.
You know, I really want to make it the Facebook wall because it's hilarious, but I like our current one.
Send it to me. I want to take a look at it. But should we talk about what we're doing next week? Are we gonna have a podcast next week?
Depends on what time we get back from the thing we may be doing next week.
Yeah, are we leaving on Sunday from that, or
Yes. We will be back to our humble abodes on Sunday, but whether or not we'll have time, maybe that the podcast can be about
our
what
experience?
we're doing that weekend, and we could just kind of have a fun one instead of doing this weird educational, like, horrible debates and fidget spinning kind
Losing
of
two
thing.
debates and then lose two debates. Or okay, first impersonate Abraham Lincoln, then lose two debates while dressed up as Abraham Lincoln, and then somehow segue into fidget spinners and then BuzzFeed.
Yeah, I don't know what happened this episode.
We did not prepare enough for this one.
You know, I want to talk about what we're doing this weekend, but we have a really big issue with following through on what we say. So I think maybe we should just leave it kind of open, and then if we release it, then we do, and if we don't, then no one knows.
If there's anything to say about it, what I'm wearing is your only hint, I guess. We'll just leave it at that.
It's an Abraham Lincoln convention.
Mm-hmm. We are all going to impersonate Abraham Lincoln.
We're going to the place Abraham Lincoln was killed in, and Jonas is gonna just stand there for a few minutes.
Yeah, we're going to the Ford's Theater, and Justin is going to be John Wilkes Booth, and
Yes.
he's gonna
That's what
he's gonna shoot me right in the back of the head.
In case you didn't know, John Wilkes Booth was a cowboy.
Mm-hmm. And he's gonna shoot me in the back of the head, blow my ear off.
I'm actually
And,
going to kill Jonas, and we're gonna put it on video.
He's gonna kill me, and next week there will be no podcast because I'll be dead and he'll be in jail.
That's why there won't be a podcast. Not because we're lazy or anything. I don't know. Oh man, that was. I
Well,
hope everyone
I guess-
enjoyed this random episode. That next week, if there is an episode, will be even more random and unprepared.
However, they're gonna love watching the intro. If anybody missed it, I know Kyle saw it.
Honestly, the intro is usually the best part of our podcast because, you know, the first week we actually had an intro that was done well because we were so nervous about doing it that we were like 100% on focus. The second week I messed up with the audio and it just opened to me staring at a screen in shock while these loud noises played through the speakers. And then we opened this time with whatever you did. My God.
It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a great time. And I think we need to get together like this week and shoot some B-roll for what we have going on. If you get what I'm saying. If we have time. I hope we have time. I want to try to have time.
We'll see. And hopefully,
All right.
what we're talking about this weekend will actually appear on the channel. And hopefully
Will
the
it, though?
Wavecast of what we're talking about next week, or this weekend, or where the heck we're doing it, will also happen.
But will it?
20% chance. I
Hit the-
also might have a haircut next time you see me.
But you know, the only way to find out is tune in next week. Hit that subscribe button because you'll only know if you check back.
This is literally
You
one
have
of
to check back to find out.
literally one of the most disappointing outros I've ever seen, but I think we should roll with it. So,
You know, the slogan for this YouTube channel is basically every YouTube channel genre thrown into a blend tech blender.
that's true.
So I think we're doing a pretty good job of accomplishing at least that. Right?
Yeah. I guess.
That's it then. That's all I've got to say. I've got to put my hat back on. I got to do my presidential duties. I've got to run the cavalry, and I got to end slavery here in about 4 months. So,
Well, I think
we're
we're
gonna
going
go,
to end this podcast with the last 10 seconds being this image of a dude pointing at a fidget spinner. While this music just fades out into the distance. And that noise. Oh my god.
Charlie Sheen, you're a good man. I want you to run the country with me.